firewall is a piece of hardware that monitors network traffic coming inbound and outbound between two networks, the Internet and a local area network. When used correctly, a firewall will prevent unauthorized use and access to your network. The job of a firewall is to carefully analyze data entering and exiting the network based on your configuration. It ignores information that comes from unsecured, unknown, or suspicious locations. A firewall plays an important role on any network as it provides a protective barrier against most forms of attacks coming from the outside world. Hardware firewalls can be purchased as a standalone product, but more recently hardware firewalls are typically found in broadband routers and should be considered an important part of your system and network setup, especially for anyone on a broadband connection. Hardware firewalls can be effective with little or no configuration, and they can protect every machine on a local network. Most hardware firewalls will have a minimum of 4 network ports to connect other computers. A hardware firewall uses packet filtering to examine the header of a packet to determine its source and destination. This information is compared to a set of predefined or user-created rules that determine whether the packet is to be forwarded or dropped. An example of this would be if you were trying to get into a website that someone created a rule to block. The firewall would not deliver the packet and you would bring up that all-too-familiar blocked site web page. As with any electronic equipment, a computer user with general computer knowledge can plug in a firewall, adjust a few settings, and have it work. But to ensure that your firewall is configured for optimal security and protection, consumers will no doubt need to learn specific features of their hardware firewall, how to enable them, and how to test the firewall to ensure it's doing a good job of protecting your network. Firewall testing is an integral part of maintenance to ensure your system is always configured for optimal protection. For individual home users, the most popular firewall choice is a software firewall. Software firewalls are installed on your computer like any other software, and you can customize it, allowing you some control over its function and protection features. A software firewall will protect your computer from outside attempts to control or gain access to your computer, and depending on your choice of software firewall, it could also provide protection against the most common Trojan programs, viruses, or email worms. Many software firewalls have user-defined controls for setting up safe file and printer sharing and to block unsafe applications from running on your system. Additionally, software firewalls may also incorporate privacy controls, web filtering, and more. There are many different manufacturers of software firewalls. A good software firewall will run in the background of your system and use only a small amount of system resources. It is important, just like any other software on your computer, to download any updates available from the developer. The differences between a software and a hardware firewall is vast, and the best protection for your computer and network is to use both, as each offers different but much needed security features and benefits. Updating the firewall and your operating system is essential to maintaining optimal protection, as is testing your firewall to ensure it is connected and working correctly. The outer sheath of a Category 5 cable can come in many colors, with bright blue being quite common. Inside, the twisted pairs are also sheathed in plastic with a standard color scheme: solid orange, blue, green, and brown wires twisted around mates that are white and striped with a solid color. The twisted pairs inside a Cat5 cable reduce interference and crosstalk and should be left twisted except at the termination point. This cabling can be purchased off a spool in varying lengths or bought pre-cut to standard lengths with Ethernet ends already attached. As a regular consumer, you will see these cables at any local electronics store where they can average come in 6-foot length or a 10-foot length, depending on your needs. Just as a side note, you can find them much cheaper online by doing a search. Cat5 cable replaces Cat3 cable, which could only carry data at speeds up to 10 megabytes per second, while Cat5 cable supports data speeds of 100 megabytes per second or more. A standard Cat5 cable can also reach about 300 feet, and aside from networks and telephones, it can be used for many other purposes. You will likely see it connected to printers and possibly fax machines.